Hello, everyone. This is the Cricket Forum, your place for the latest news, views, rumors, and gossips in the world of cricket. Now, I first want to start out by congratulating the Jamaica Tallawahs for winning CPL 2022. Earlier today, Australia completed a 2-0 series sweep over the West Indies in their T20 International Series down there in Australia. I will look at that later today. I will do another show and give my views and my opinion about the West Indies performances in those two games. But today I want to look at something that Ravman Powell said during the ceremony, the victory ceremony at the CPL in Guyana. And I don't see other people picking up on it. And I want to pick up on it today. Now, let's start by looking at what Powell said. Powell said this is asking it was a direct question posed to Powell by Darren Ganga about the coaching staff. It was a direct question about the coaching staff. This was Powell's response. I think adjectives are inadequate to describe how I feel. The kind of disrespect we endure during the competition serve as motivation. To be honest, everything just came out during the final. What disrespect is Powell talking about? It certainly can't be from the Jamaican supporters. It can't be from the Guyanese supporters. There are those who believe that disrespect was comments made on social media. But I'm here to tell you that these players do not follow social media. So what is the disrespect? What is the disrespect that Powell is talking about? Who this disrespect came from? The entire team, he said, was affected by this disrespect. Where does this disrespect come from? Let us try and look further at some of the things that Powell said. And note in this comment that should come up anytime soon. I just think it is moving slower than it should. Why is it not there? But there's a comment. I think the backroom staff. Why is the comment not there? The comment should be coming up. What is happening here? Oh, I think, yeah, it has been scrolled down the bottom there. The comment that Powell made. It says, I think the backroom staff played their part, but a special mention to my players. I form a leadership group with Brandon King, Kenard Lewis, Fabian Allen, and Shamar Brooks, and they were an integral part of my leadership group. At no time we talk about the team. Look at not what he said, but think about what he did not say. He said, I think my players, we form a leadership group. Now, look at the persons that he formed the group with. Fabian Allen, a Jamaican. Brandon King, another Jamaican. Kenard Lewis, another Jamaican. The fourth person is Shamar Brooks. Shamar Brooks was the fourth person of that leadership group that Powell claimed that he formed. So 3 Jamaican plus Shamar Brooks. Why Shamar Brooks? I think the problem started in the Jamaican Tallawahs when Shamar Brooks was dropped. After 3 matches, I think Shamar Brooks' score was 1-0-0. And I believe, in my opinion, that's where the problem started. That when Shamar Brooks was dropped for Django, it appears that Powell was not comfortable with that, and there was a rift that started in the Jamaica Tallawahs because Brooks was dropped. I think that Powell wanted Brooks to play, and from that time, in my opinion, it seemed that there was a strained relationship in the team and there was a divide. So this clique was formed with the other 3 Jamaican, And obviously Brooks want to play, so he's going to side with the captain. So he said, I. He didn't say we. He said, I. He said, my players. What was Powell trying to communicate? That's a question that we should be asking. What was Powell trying to communicate? What the hell is going on with this internet? Are you hearing me? You know, what was Powell trying to communicate? I hope you are hearing me clearly, but I don't know what is going on with this internet. What was Powell trying to create, trying to communicate? He said, I and my players. What did he not say? He was asked a direct question about the help of the coaching staff. And he said, yes, I think the backroom staff played their part. What part? We noticed that in Trinidad and in Guyana, that certain persons were involved in the training session. We noticed that. Now let's go on further and say, a lot of credit. He said, a lot of credit has to be given to them. At one point in the competition, we seen down and out, but these guys rallied around my captaincy. It never said it rallied around the team, you know. It said rally around my captaincy. They believe in me as a captain. What was Powell trying to communicate? Where did the disrespect came from? I'm going to ask the question. Was it true? And I'm asking this question. Was it true that Powell resigned as captain of the Tallawahs and was on his way out of the tournament? I'm just asking the question. What led Powell to resign as captain and was on his way out of the tournament? I've decided to leave the tournament. I've decided to leave the Jamaica Tallawahs. Did Cricket West Indies have to intervene for Powell to stay at the CPL? Where did the disrespect that Powell talked about in his interview at that final came from? I need this question to be answered. Did Powell inform Cricket West Indies that they should purchase his ticket for Australia because he's returning to Jamaica, he's leaving the competition and returning to Jamaica? Where the disrespect came from? Who disrespected the Jamaica team? Which disrespect Powell was talking about? Because he said, I want, it couldn't be the Jamaican people. Because what he said here, he said, I want a special thank the Guyanese supporters. So it couldn't be the Guyanese supporters that disrespected him. It couldn't be the people at Guyana. And he said, this is for Jamaica. This is for Jamaica. That's what Powell said. He wants to thank the Guyanese people who came out and support the team. So it was not on social media that he was disrespected. It was not by the Guyanese supporters that he was disrespected, because even after beating Guyana, the Guyanese came out to cheer for the Jamaica Tallawahs. It was not by the Jamaican supporters that he was disrespected, because he dedicated the victory to Jamaica. So who was it that disrespected Powell? What happened after Guyana beat Jamaica in that match, the first match in Guyana, when Guyana Amazon Warriors beat Jamaica? What happened after that match? Was it at that time that Powell, not getting his way, because he's unable to get his way, decided to resign as captain? That meeting at the Everest Cricket Ground that lasted about 2 hours, that have everybody who was there and was in the stand, who came to watch the training session. And we all was wondering what that meeting on the field taking so long, where it seems that everybody talk. What was being said at that meeting? Was it at that meeting Powell was convinced to stay on as the Jamaica Tallawahs captain? Was it at that meeting that the Jamaica Tallawahs decided to stay in the competition? Was the Jamaica Tallawahs on the brink of not taking any further part in the competition? These are the questions that I'm asking. Who disrespected Ravman Powell? Who disrespected the Jamaica Tallawahs? That the captain came out. Now, as the captain said so in the post-match, in the post-victory interview, he said that the team was disrespected. And I'm asking, who disrespected him? If you look at the interview, at no time did Powell mention certain persons. And if you look when those persons were being interviewed, at no time did they mention Powell. Was there a divide in the Jamaica Tallawahs team? Did Powell resign as captain of the Jamaica Tallawahs team? These are questions that must be answered. I know the answers to these questions, but I cannot say them in these forums. But we must get to the bottom of what happened in the CPL, because Powell came out and said it. We were disrespected. Who disrespected Powell and the Jamaica Tallawahs? Was the Jamaica Tallawahs on the verge of pulling out of CPL 2022? Did Ravman Powell resign as captain of the Jamaica Tallawahs and on his way back to Jamaica, and the president of Cricket West Indies have to stop him? Why did Powell resign? We notice at the training session that we don't see a certain coach, a certain member of the coaching staff don't take part in coaching caucus. There were one coach that always leave out of the caucus. Who disrespected the Jamaica captain and the Jamaica Tallawahs? Thank you all for tuning in. But these are food for thoughts. Please let us do our investigation. Please slash a like on the video, share and subscribe. This is a wonderful community we have here, and we must get to the bottom of these things. The Jamaica Tallawahs captain and team was disrespected during the CPL, and we need to ask, who did it? Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, I'll be doing a video on the West Indies performance in the two T20 international against Australia very shortly. So until then, thank you all for tuning in, and God bless you all.